Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. And today we will talk about proper negotiation is the key to success. Like, share, comments. We negotiate all our lives, starting at the age of the tree, as soon as we learn to speak coherently. All communication with other people is endless negotiations. This is a conflict of interest and the search for mutually beneficial solutions. You should always be the seller of your ideas, and your product is ideas. If you talk, then you sell. And who will buy the idea if it is not interested? The art of negotiation must be learned throughout life. Negotiations are an exchange of energies. Rich and successful people love themselves and clearly know what they want. The more you influence the interlocutor, the less he is able to influence you. In negotiations, at the head, only a strong personality. If you are a strong personality, then you kind of fascinate your opponent. He begins to believe, listen, and agree, and in the end, do what you want. However, what he says does not affect you in any way. If you want to learn how to negotiate, then learn to love and respect yourself first, and then accordingly, you will always know what you want. This is the first. Secondly, there must be something that you will give in return for what you will receive, because negotiations are an exchange of energy, received, then gave. You have to be aware of the value of what you give and take. One who does not understand the value of his own and others' labor, money, and time will never become a good negotiator and a rich person, too. Any relationship is a negotiation. You are trying to get what you want. Ideally, of course, it would be nice to find a middle ground, so that the one with whom you are talking also gets everything that he wants, but that usually doesn't work. Someone achieves their goals at the expense of interested another. A draw is a great thing in business and a personal life. A draw is a common victory when both of you feel good and I feel good. That is, we managed to find such a compromise and you feel good. This arrangement will last for a long time. That is why you should strive for it. The meaning of any negotiations is generally very simple: buy or sell. And time here is a great helper. If you could not immediately agree on the benefits for both parties, then wait. Any relationship is a negotiation with acquaintances and strangers, with family and even with your body. For example, you want to lose weight, you try, and the body sets its own conditions for you. If you stop eating and go in for sports, then you will get what you want. And raising children is the same negotiation. Influence, prove, convince, teach, so that there is an effect, a result from what you say in order to get what you want. A normal person every day builds up, increases his desires, and this is a sign of spiritual health. To constantly want more and better. There is no limit to perfections. A healthy person wants to receive, learn, develop more, better, further, more interesting. And in order to receive, one must speak, negotiate. But in order to get everything you want, you need to give others what they want. The more you help other people, the more you will get yourself. This is law of nature. To receive, you must give. If you begin to give with pleasure, you will begin to receive disproportionately more in return. It is a great pleasure to invest money, time, your work, ideas, and strength in the growth of creation. For example, when two people are talking, they are trying to exchange energy as much as possible. Agree on so that it was a profitable exchange, so that both parties would not be left in the red. Then the energy exchange will continue. Each person has his own energy, differs in test type. For example, energy reincarnates into something, materializes in a profession, some skill, in something else. This energy can make a person a great musician and a doctor, etc. The better, the fuller the energy materialized, the more people she needed. After all, we are all sources of energy for each other. Some are bigger, some are smaller. No need to be greedy, accumulate your energy. Why? For what? Share generously it, and you will get much more in return. By the way, any negotiations are built on this exchange of energies. You will realize one day, in order to receive twice as much energy, you yourself will have to give it twice as much. Nothing else will work. Labor is exchanged for money. This is a completely equivalent exchange, both in the store, in the market, and in any other respect. A negative result of negotiations is also a result. You have a lot of other things to do. There is no point in wasting time on nonsense. You offer what suits you. The rest is not your problem. If you want, take it. If you don't want, goodbye. Negotiations should leave a feeling of freedom and independence, and most importantly, that the one with whom you lead negotiations, I felt, for you, that the outcome is unprincipled. Then you will get much better results. As soon as your opponent noticed your interest, as soon as you give in a slack way, he will immediately actively push his conditions, and as a result, the deal may turn out to be unprofitable for you. It's not enough to be angry at your mistakes if you make it. You need to draw conclusions from them once and for the rest of your life. The first rule of a negotiator seems to be quite simple. You must clearly know what you want. But all your life you work on self-knowledge. To understand yourself, you need to realize, what do you really want? Remember the unchanging rule of negotiation. Always start with a higher price than you are willing to accept. Why is this a must? There are very important reasons. Here you want to sell something for 100, but you say 150. At first, who has not practiced this? It is very difficult to pronounce it, because it looks like a lie. After all, we are from early childhood, inspired, hammered into the head. You have to be honest, tell the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth. Mom, grandmother, in the kindergarten, at school. We were taught wrong. No, of course you need to know the measure and not bury yourself, otherwise your customer will shrug their shoulders, turn around and walk away. And he will be right. It is impossible for what you are ready to sell for 100, ask for 500. Secondly, let the buyer feel like a winner. You don't care, but he is happy. Let him lead you to the price you wanted from the very beginning. For it will be a triumph for him. He will give money with pleasure, and excellent. But if you said 100, then I would not give in. The opponent would remain dissatisfied. You would remain dissatisfied. Thirdly, such an approach increases the value, the weightiness of the very fact of what is happening. A product for 150 is, of course, better than a product for 100. Nothing here and talk. And the last, there is a category of people who are ready they like to bargain. They are also 20%, just obsessed with it. They need to have their fun. They will never buy anything until they bargain to their heart's content. In negotiations, a draw, when they agree on average terms, and there is a victory. There is no point in living and working when there is no goal. Everything is meaningless and useless. There is a goal, there will be negotiations. If you want to do a lot in this life, set goals. You would like to reach the maximum in this short period of time. There is a people for whom achievement is very important, and for them, the most important tool is goal setting. All goals are divided into what is realizable by 20%, maybe less, and what is realizable by 80%. That is only 20% of the probability that this will happen and the plan will come true. Quicker everything it may not work at all. By maybe it will work. Small chance but very would like to. For example, you really imagine that you can earn 200,000 and you know is. This is a plan, and the probability of its implementation is high, 8%. But you really want to earn, for example, 500,000, a million, more. It's not some kind of ghostly dream. It's an audacious goal. Yes, the likelihood quite small. Maybe not 20% at all, but 10 or even 5. If you want to fly to the moon, aim for the sun. If you want to jump on the table, aim higher. Otherwise, you will not jump and you will break your legs. Will you strive fly to the sun? Then you will definitely get to the moon. But it is quite possible that even before the sun. The meaning of everything, our whole life, is self-realization. It is our mission to realize our potential and to help other people realize their potential. For goals that are realistic to implement by 80%, drawing up an action plan to the result for each day. And for those goals that are almost unrealistic, make plans without fanaticism. And in order not to be disappointed, do not date those plans that are not realistic. It is very important that the goal is inspiring. If a goal, any goal, stops inspiring and starts drawing energy, something is wrong. It is urgently necessary either to abandon the goal altogether or change it. The main point of goals is motivation. When you write them down every day, it's not easy, like a robot, to repeat them, but reformulate them in other words, in order to clearly understand what exactly you want. Write 10 things that inspire you. If you really want it to be so, then so be it. Ideas will come to you throughout the day. Lots of great ideas. And they wouldn't have come if you hadn't written down your goals in the morning. It's the same as negotiating with yourself. This work very hard, very much, in all senses. Firstly, energy is added, motivation, strength. Secondly, you make better decisions. Thirdly, you begin to attract the situations you need. Really, you become a kind of magnet to which people and events are attracted. Plus, the speed is amazing. You know what you want, and that's what adds confidence. If there is a clear goal, it will be realized. Any the goal that you constantly prescribe with each day becomes more and more a strong magnet. Target itself is already a magnet. And the stronger the longer you write it down, the faster you will attract what you want to. And if it has not yet been realized, then this can only mean one thing. You haven't tried hard enough yet. Write more. Like, share, subscribe. See you in next video. Bye bye.